Alright, so that intro was sad, and I mean, this is kind of a sad topic, but it's also kind of a serious topic. So here are your timestamps. I don't expect very many people to enjoy this because of what it addresses, but I wouldn't make a video about something if I didn't strongly feel it was important. So dating in today's world has proven to be difficult. We have apps that have fake profiles, or they make you pay multiple different paywalls before you can send information to set a meetup, which kind of discourages people from using the apps because, the whole point of the app is to find that someone. And then when you want to set up and exchange information to actually meet, it's like, oh, in order to share your location, you must pay this amount of money. Okay, to reveal your location, you now must pay this amount of money for like tokens, and it's very discouraging. And then also at the same time, you have people sending explicit photos promising they'll meet up if you view them, and you usually have to pay to view them, and then you never meet up because then it's after that it's picture after picture after picture, because if you pay for one, they expect you to pay for them all. Another issue with dating apps, other than multiple paywalls, fake profiles, is third-party investors. A lot of apps have a third-party investor where they will collect and sell your information to other investors, and that's why you get a lot of weird pop-ups on your phone. Another issue with the dating world, other than paywalls and fake profiles, is what is known as good guy or girl syndrome. The idea of where if you act nice, gentlemanly or ladylike, and you have an interest in the other person's hobbies or anything, that because you're interested and that because you're being nice, that they're expected to have sex with you, which is not how that works. Because the whole idea behind chivalry, which is a dead concept, it is kindness for the sake of being kind. And I think a lot of people forget that. They do something in hopes of expecting something else in return, and it's usually immediately. Like, I got you a coffee, so I immediately expect you to get me dinner. Or I opened the door for you, so I immediately expect you to give me your number. And that's not how that works. The concept of chivalry, gentleman qualities, and lady qualities is kindness for the sake of being kind, not kindness for the sake of getting something in return. I believe Head did 2 videos on it. She might have done more by now, but yeah, just go to the search bar, Head, nice guy, and then nice girl, and she explains it a lot better than I can. So if a lot of people are having issues finding love with dating apps, what about the AI companion apps? Well, the problem is with AI is it's programming. It's ones and zeros. They're programmed to behave in a way that you want them to, that you desire them to act, I should say. And the problem with that is that it worsens your expectations of reality. Because now you're going to talk to people, you're going to meet people, and they're not going to act the same way this AI chatbot is acting. Which it was made with good intentions. It was the idea of, like it was going to stop loneliness and help people with social anxiety. Because with the chatbot, you can put it down, come back a day later, and then respond and carry on the conversation as if it's never stopped. Versus with people, and on average, a conversation pause is anywhere from 5 seconds on the quickest to 20 seconds on the slowest. So they don't have to worry about being rushed to give you an answer. But like I said, it worsens reality expectations, because now no one's going to behave the way this chatbot's going to behave. But then again, this chatbot is programmed to talk to you in a way that you're talking to it. So in a way, it's actually made the problem worse. It has increased social awkwardness, has worsened social expectations and expectations of reality, and then it's also increased the feeling of loneliness. In fact, a teenager took his life because he was so emotionally attached to a chatbot. And then another teenager killed his parents because the chatbot encouraged him to. So that's also, kind of the bad part about the AI chatbot. It can't tell you that you're wrong. It can't tell you no. It can't explain to you why what you're feeling may not be a good idea, because then it would hurt your feelings, or it would be a negative thing for it to do, and it's not programmed to be negative towards you. It's programmed to encourage you and make you feel good about your decisions. So it was made with good intentions, but there are some things they clearly need to work out. So how did people meet people before the dating apps? Well, there were some methods, like your friend could hook you up with one of their friends, or maybe the person that they're dating has a single friend that's looking for a romantic interest. Maybe one of the friends of the family. Like, maybe your mom knows someone who has a single child who's interested in a relationship. Or you could check the classifieds or searching for section in the newspaper. Now, isn't that dangerous, putting your information on the newspaper where you don't have control over who sees it and who can access it? Yes. In fact, there was a very famous Hungarian serial killer by the name of Bela Kiss. His wife left him for a younger man, so he found both of them and killed them both by strangulation, then stored their bodies in metal barrels. I don't know how much longer after that, but he would put an ad in a newspaper stating that he was a widower and looking for another companion to share his life with. Then in 1918, he was drafted. 1918, he was drafted to serve on the front lines of World War I. And it was while he was serving that the Hungarian army heard that there was this guy who had metal barrels of gasoline just stored on his property. So they went to Bela Kiss's house to search for these canisters of gasoline. And when they opened them, they found not just one, but 7 dead bodies, 2 of which were his ex-wife and her lover. So even now in the world of technology, serial killers are still using dating apps and newspaper articles to hunt and kill their victims. And scammers are also using dating apps and newspapers to scam people. So with the loneliness, depression, and people being victimized on dating apps and all kinds of other things, suicide rates have increased 30%. Although how much of that percentage is actually because of loneliness and depression, I could not find. And the whole 30% is contributed to not just to loneliness, depression, but drug and alcohol abuse as well as mental illness. So it's still not great. I mean, and 30% increase is a pretty noticeable increase as of last year. So if you are feeling like you're in a dark place and you have no one to talk to, this is the number to the suicide hotline. And if you have to call as many people as you can, I'm sure someone will answer, because you're never so big that you don't need help, and your mental health and emotional problems are never so small that they can just be ignored. There's always someone who is willing to listen to you. You just gotta find them. Have unrealistic expectations. Like, a lot of people will go on a date or into the date with the mentality of they're the prize. You have to do something to impress me so that I know you're worth my time. And I think that's a very arrogant thing. I don't care if you're a girl boss. I don't care if you're the greatest guy on the planet. If it seems like your standards are extremely difficult to meet, I'm not going to break my moral code or my self-esteem trying to meet your impossible standards. I'm just going to move on to the next person who I think will be easier to tolerate. So it's one of those things, you need to lower your expectations, because a relationship is not a contest. It's not a competition. You're not the prize. A relationship is a partnership. It's a team effort. You're there to work with each other and help each other. And with that said, you're also not the other person's parent. It's not your job to take care of them and support them for the rest of your life until one of you passes. No, you are, again, in it together. And a lot of people have that problem of, oh, I'm a sweet baby boy or baby girl and you're my strong protector or provider and you must care for me. And I think that's very trashy. Like, if you're a grown adult, I expect you to do grown adult things. I will take care of our child, and I'll make sure our child reaches adulthood where they can take care of themselves. But if you're already adult, it's not my job to take care of you. It's my job to work alongside you so we can help take care of everything else around us. And then we also, again, have the social awkwardness problem where a lot of people will stutter. And if you notice in a lot of my videos, I stutter, I trip over my words, but I still carry on and I try to recover. If you have to take a pause, do it. I think I've said it already before, but I'll say it again. The average pause time in a conversation is 5 seconds at the fastest and 20 seconds at the slowest. And that's also the problem with the AI chatbot and cell phones in general. If you send me something I don't know how to respond, I can put the phone down, walk away, hour, 5 hours, or the next day pick it up and respond once I figure out what I'm going to say, versus in person where if you ask me something, I have to think about it. So I think people should actually talk to people more often, and you'll notice real quickly that you're going from 30 seconds to 20 seconds to 15 seconds to 10 to 5 and to almost immediate. Because the more experience you have talking, the better you'll actually be at it. I know it's a weird concept. But when you go to the grocery store, ask the cashier how their day is. But the catch is you actually have to be interested. You actually have to want to know how their day is so you can respond accordingly. Because I'll ask you how your day is and you go, good. And I go, okay. See, even though this was talking to my phone, that was still really weird. Versus, how was your day? Good. Okay, well, what made it good? Oh, well, it was just good weather. So far, the customers have been easy. No one's yelled at me. That's really good because, I also work with the public. I understand where, one bad person comes in and then treats you like you're the center of all their problems. And that's all you gotta do. You actually have to seem interested so you can respond appropriately. And even if you fail the conversation, you still gain experience. You still now know what to say, how to read a person, and how to respond accordingly. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it made you feel better or at least encouraged you to be more active in your life. And even though some people have found success on dating apps, it's not going to hurt you to put an ad on Facebook, or a little video on TikTok, an ad on X, simply stating who you are, what you're looking for, and how people can reach you. I think if more people did that, we wouldn't need so many dating apps. Because, I mean, there's a dating app for everything. Even different types of AI chat box, depending on what AI experience you want to have. And so if you don't want to do that, if you don't want to put your information out there through Facebook, the newspaper, X, TikTok, or whatever other social media platform, keep in mind, every shot you don't take is a chance you've missed. So, I hope you enjoyed this video, and until next time, it's going to be a lot lighter, because my next video after this one, hopefully if nothing happens, is I'm going to show you how to whittle a little wooden statue and a little wooden totem.